Today we're going to fly from Mumbai to Kochi in South India. Kochi is the capital of the state of Kerala. Kochi was the old pre-colonial name and is now once again the official name. However, it seems that Cochin is much used and the names are used interchangeably. Our guide Gerald will be using the name Cochin, so henceforth we will too. The entire state of Kerala has a population of about 34 million. Reportedly, the literacy in Kerala is the highest, approaching 100%, and the healthcare system the best in all of India. The first thing we noticed when we deplaned in Cochin is that it's hot. This area is subtropical.
Good afternoon, everybody. How are you today? Good? Absolutely good. Thank you. Hi, Gerald. I welcome you, all of you, the land of coconut trees. So it takes around, I can say, more than an hour. Because of Sunday, maybe you will reach a little bit early or a little bit late.
The first known settlers here were Dravidians. They still comprise a big part of the population. Dravidians tend to be darker skinned than other Indians. Many have Caucasian features. Because they go back to prehistory, not a whole lot is known for certain about the Proto-Dravidians. Unlike North India, this part of the country was never conquered by Mughal, that is, Muslim invaders. Today, about 25% of the population of Kerala is Muslim. Another almost 20% is Christian. About 50% is Hindu. The relatively high percentage of Christians is due to missionary efforts that go back to St.Francis almost 500 years ago. Our first stop this afternoon is the St. Francis Church. It was enlarged and renovated in 1779. The original church was constructed in 1503 with the permission of the local Maharaja. In those days, this location was part of the Portuguese enclave known as Fort Cochin.
Rosewood is also very good for making furniture. And we have the mahogany, ebony, and...
By the way, if you're having trouble understanding Gerald, you're not alone. He's a very intelligent guy, knows a lot of languages, but as he's already told us, English is not his top Western language.
It's called French pani. You can see the French pani over there.
Cameras are not allowed inside the church, so I'm staying outside. As I've said, St. Francis started out as a Catholic church, but then it became a Dutch church and later an Anglican church as the colonial powers succeeded each other. Originally, the Europeans came to Cochin lured by the spices.
Looks like southern.
Now we're headed over to take a look at the offerings in some nearby market stalls. The waterfront is only a little further on. We want to see the net fishermen. They're using a method at least 700 years old. It's a cantilevered balance beam system introduced by the Chinese. When weights are shifted or added so that the arms over the sea are heavier, the nets fall into the sea. When the weights are rebalanced and the nets are brought up, there may be a catch of fish or shellfish. They are sold in the market stalls here along the waterfront. Though this ancient net fishing method has become obsolete, it is a major tourist attraction. In the distance behind the net fishing ropes are container cranes from the modern port of Kochi. After Mumbai, probably India's second largest port on the Arabian Sea. The 16th century home of Vasco da Gama is also nearby. In America, we learned about him as the brave sailor from Portugal who was the first to captain a boat around Africa. In India, he's known more as the villain who committed unspeakable acts of cruelty against the entrenched Arabs along the west coast of India, and who sometimes treated the native Indians just as badly. As we pass very briefly through this pleasant kiddie park on the way to Jewtown, it's easy to believe that brutal days like those never happened, but of course they did. Though there are very few Jews left in Cochin, or Kerala for that matter. Jews have been in southern India at least since the fall of the first temple in 70 BC. Thanks to welcoming Maharajas and an often accepting populace, Jews found refuge and opportunity in Cochin, in Mumbai, and in other places on the west coast of India. We have now reached the Paradisi Synagogue, once known as the White Synagogue because of its European congregants. Other synagogues were known as black synagogues, meaning that its congregants were brown, sometimes arriving Jewish sailors who married Indian women who converted. Also, at one time, there were many Jews who came from places like Yemen. As requested, we took no pictures inside the Paradisi Synagogue. All pictures you see in this video were downloaded from the internet. Reportedly, they had been scanned from postcards available in the synagogue's gift shop. It's not clear whether Jews actually own all, some, or any of the shops in Jewtown. What is known is that white, brown, or black, there are no longer 10 Jewish men in Cochin, the minyan required, to conduct regular services. However, unlike many places in Europe in which Jews were driven out or eliminated from the 20th century, Cochin's Jewtown and India in general has very few Jews because many have chosen to emigrate, particularly after World War II, to Israel. Of those who stayed, many have converted to other religions and been assimilated into the general population. While I've been talking, the bus has taken us a short distance to a combination coffee shop and antique emporium. This place is located at the northern end of India's largest interior wetlands system. Tomorrow we're planning to take a boat ride on Lake Vembanad. Lake Vembanad is due south of here and fed by the channel we've been looking at, plus regional rivers. It is one of India's most popular holiday destinations. Gerald's been telling Hessie about it. It promises to be a great adventure, perhaps our last one, as our India Wow trip winds down.